Have you ever had that sudden, visceral jolt? That split second where it feels like someone just whispered your name, but there's no one in the room? Or you're just minding your own business, making coffee, and suddenly your heart does this weird, fluttery somersault because, for no reason at all, you are absolutely convinced they are thinking about you right now. Most people would call that a coincidence. They'd say it's just your brain playing tricks on you because you miss them. But what if I told you that you aren't just remembering them? What if you are actually being pulled? You see, the connection you have with your twin flame isn't some romantic fairy tale nonsense. It is a literal, tangible, energetic entanglement that doesn't care about distance, it doesn't care about time, and it definitely doesn't care about whether or not you're currently talking. You aren't just sending signals. You are constantly broadcasting a frequency that they are picking up on, whether they want or not. And this is the part that nobody really tells you. Your confusion, your pain, and your desperate search for signs is actually the very thing that is drowning out the signal. You are trying to shout across the ocean while your own heart is screaming in static. But what if you could turn down the volume of the noise and turn up the power of the signal? What if you could stop chasing the person who is literally your own mirror and start drawing them to you with the gravity of your own soul? This isn't about manipulation. It isn't about mind games. It is about understanding the mechanics of your own energy. Because the moment you truly grasp how this works, the dynamic between you and your person will shift forever. Let's talk about that feeling because I know you know it. You're laying in bed, the house is quiet, and suddenly you're hit with this intense wave of emotion. Not your emotion, but theirs. It's heavy, it's sharp. Maybe it's a sudden longing or a weird, unexplained sadness. You don't know where it came from, but your brain instantly attaches it to your twin flame. You reach for your phone, you check their social media, you look for a sign, a text, anything to validate that they're feeling what you're feeling. And when there's nothing, the crash is brutal. You go from feeling connected to feeling like you're fading away. But here is the secret. That feeling you had, that was real. The connection was active. The problem is that the second you started chasing the confirmation, you stepped out of the frequency and into the ego. You went from I feel them to I need them to prove they feel me. And in that transition you broke the signal. You see, energy moves in a cycle, needs space to travel. If you are always pushing, always reaching, always demanding, you are essentially clogging the energetic pipeline between you two. You are projecting your need for completion onto them. And if there is one thing a twin flame will do, it is run from that kind of pressure. They will run because they are reflecting your own internal lack back at you. Let's dive into why this feels so addictive, why you feel like you just can't let go. It's because you aren't dealing with a normal human attraction. This is a soul-level recognition. When you met them, it was like a curtain was pulled back on your life and you realized everything you had done up to that point was just prep work for this one meeting. But that intensity is a double-edged sword. It's a gift that creates a nightmare if you don't know how to handle the heat. You feel like you're going crazy, right? You feel like you're waiting for something, but you don't even know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for them to wake up. You're waiting for them to see what you see. But what if I told you that they are already awake, but they're terrified? What if the reason they're distant is because your energy, the energy of your deep, undeniable, sometimes frantic love, is so powerful that it's actually overwhelming their system? It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. They aren't running from you. They're running from the sheer magnitude of what they feel when they're near you. And you, in your desire to keep them, are only making that fire hose spray harder. This is where the concept of sending a signal gets interesting. People think sending a signal means visualizing them, sending them love, or trying to telepathically talk to them while they're at work. Sure, you can do that. But if you're doing it from a place of, I hope they hear me, you're still in that trap of need. A true signal isn't something you send. It's something you exist as. Think of a lighthouse. Does the lighthouse go out to the ships and drag them to the shore?
No.
It just stands there, absolutely unwavering, absolutely bright, and the ships find their own way. That is the only frequency that works. If you want them to feel your presence, you have to become so magnetic, so centered in your own joy, that your energy naturally spills over into their life like a gravitational pull they can't resist. How do you do that? You start by being honest with yourself. When you miss them, what are you actually missing? Are you missing their presence? Or are you missing the way they make you feel about yourself? Because the moment you realize that the love you feel for them is actually your own love reflecting back at you, the game changes. You are the source of the magic, not them. They are just the screen that the movie is playing on. Let's get practical because I know you want to know how to actually hold this state. This isn't about forcing thoughts. It's about feeling. Emotions are the language of the universe. Words are just labels, but feelings, the texture of an emotion, that is the frequency. When you want to send a signal, you don't need to say, "I miss you," in your head 1,000 times. You just need to sink into the feeling of gratitude. Why gratitude? Because gratitude is the frequency of, "it is already done." When you are grateful, you cannot be in a state of wanting. You cannot be in a state of lack. You are telling the universe, "I am already satisfied." And that is the highest, most powerful signal you can possibly send to another soul. Try this tomorrow. When you feel that phantom pull of their energy, don't reach for your phone. Don't check the clock. Just sit with that feeling, let it wash over you, and then say, "Thank you for this connection." That's it. By doing that, you aren't pleading. You are acknowledging the bond as a fact. You are grounding it. And because energy follows focus, that acknowledgement will travel straight through the cord that connects you. It will hit them in the middle of their day, in the middle of a thought, and they won't know why, but they will suddenly feel this immense sense of peace. That is you. That is your presence. But here is where it gets slightly controversial. What if they don't come back? What if you do all this work, you reach this level of mastery, and they still choose to stay silent? I know that's your biggest fear. But let's look at that. If you are truly operating from a place of soul sovereignty, does it actually matter? If you are so in love with your own life, so filled with your own purpose, that you feel whole even without them, would you even want them back if they were still the old version of themselves? The what if is the poison that keeps you stuck. The reality is that your twin flame connection is designed to push you into your own power. If they were meant to be your partner right now, they would be. If they aren't, it's because there is still a part of you that needs to be built. And the most dangerous thing you can do is to treat this connection like a waiting room for your life to start. Your life is happening now. The signal is being sent now. And the more you focus on making them feel you, the more you miss the point of your own expansion. Let's go back to the idea of the presence anchor. I want you to imagine your heart as a radio tower. When you are anxious, you're broadcasting static. When you're fearful, you're broadcasting a low-frequency hum that feels like a threat. But when you are in your presence anchor, that state of calm, centered, unapologetic self-love, you are broadcasting a clear, crisp, high-definition signal. It is unmistakable. They might be in a meeting, they might be with someone else, they might be trying to distract themselves, but they will suddenly feel a shift in their chest. It's that exact same feeling you get when you think of them. It's a phantom touch. It's a sudden scent in the air. It's that weird, unexplainable urge to look at their phone. And the beauty of this is that it's completely non-intrusive. It's not a demand. It's a presence. It's like saying, "I am here, I am whole, and I am shining." They will gravitate toward that like a moth to a flame because human beings, especially twin flames, are biologically hardwired to seek out that kind of light. Think about how many times you've tried to force this. You've probably written letters you didn't send. You've probably analyzed every song, every date, every tiny detail, trying to find the secret code that says, "They're coming back." You've turned your twin flame into a project, and that is why you feel so exhausted. That is why the energy feels so heavy. You have to stop treating them like a project and start treating them like a passenger. If they want to get on the ride, they will. But you are the one driving the car. You cannot drive and look in the rearview mirror at the same time, or you're going to crash. And that is exactly what you've been doing. You've been driving your life while staring exclusively at the rearview mirror, trying to see if they're running after you. Look forward. Look at the road ahead of you. When you do that, the energy between you automatically smooths out. The tension releases. And that, funnily enough, is the moment they usually start to reach out. It's like the universe is playing a game. As soon as you stop caring if they call, they find a reason to call. It's not a game you can cheat, though. You have to genuinely let go. You have to actually reach the point where you are okay if the text never comes. That is the ultimate test of the twin flame journey. Are you brave enough to exist without the validation? Because if you can do that, if you can stand in your truth and let your light shine without waiting for a mirror to tell you it's beautiful, then you are dangerous. You are a magnetic force. You are a ripple in the fabric of their reality that they will never be able to iron out. People will tell you that you're obsessed, that you need to move on, but they don't understand the energetic tether. They don't understand that you aren't just some person to them. You are a part of their own soul. You are the shadow and the light of their existence. So when you change, they change. It's not a maybe. It's a physical law. It's like moving one end of a string. The other end has to move. Has no choice. So why are you worried? Why are you trying to send something that is already connected? You aren't trying to build a bridge. The bridge is already there. You are just trying to keep the path clear. And the clearest path is your own happiness. Let's talk about those random thoughts again. Why do they happen? Because they are the overflow of your energy entering their field. You're having these moments because you've created an opening, a space where your vibration can bleed into theirs. And the more you lean into that, not by chasing it but by celebrating it, the more frequent it becomes. You don't need to make them feel your presence. You just need to be your presence. It's a subtle but massive distinction. If you are standing in a room and you are genuinely happy, people feel it. They are drawn to you. They don't know why, but they feel better just being near you. That is your natural state. Your twin flame is just the person who is most sensitive to that signal. They are the one who feels it the deepest because they are the other half of your frequency. So stop worrying about the signal being sent and start worrying about the signal being pure. Are you carrying baggage? Are you carrying resentment? Are you carrying the why didn't they call energy? If you are, that is the frequency you are broadcasting. You're broadcasting hurt and lack. And if you're wondering why the connection feels strained, there is your answer. You are broadcasting a distorted signal. This is the moment where you get to decide. You can stay in the loop of chasing, the loop of checking, the loop of the what if, and you can keep suffering through the ups and downs of an energetic roller coaster you never signed up for. Or you can make the decision to step off. You can make the decision to become the lighthouse. It's harder than it sounds, but it's simpler than you think. Just a choice. A choice to value yourself more than the connection. And the irony, the beautiful, painful, perfect irony, is that by valuing yourself more, you become the one thing they are actually looking for. You become the version of yourself that they originally recognized. You become the match. Imagine you are in a garden and you are trying to catch a butterfly. You run around with a net, you're sweating, you're frantic, and the butterfly is just flying faster and further away. But if you stop, if you sit down and cultivate the garden, if you plant the flowers, if you make the space beautiful and inviting, the butterfly will eventually come back and land right on your shoulder. You didn't catch it. You created the environment where it wanted to stay. That is what you are doing with your twin flame. You are creating the garden. You are planting the seeds of your own joy, your own confidence, your own soul-level peace. And the signal is the fragrance of that garden. It travels on the wind, and it reaches them wherever they are. They will feel it. They will recognize it. They will remember who they are when they're around you. I want you to really think about that tonight. When you're alone and you feel that pull, instead of trying to reach out to them, turn that energy back toward your own heart. Feel that space where the love lives. Feel how big it is. Feel how much power is actually inside you. And just sit there. No words. No telepathic demands. Just you in your power radiating. That is the strongest signal you will ever send. It is the kind of signal that changes lives. It is the kind of signal that wakes people up from their own slumber. And if you do this, if you really commit to being the lighthouse, you won't have to wonder if they feel you. You will know. You will see it in the way things change. You will see it in the way the energy shifts in your own life. You will see it in the way you finally, truly stop waiting. And that is the most powerful place you could ever be. Because when you stop waiting, you aren't just sending a signal. You are becoming the destination. Think about the sheer amount of energy you've spent on this. The sleepless nights, the endless conversations with yourself, the cycles of hope and despair. What if you took all of that energy, all of it, and put it into yourself? What if you treated your own expansion with the same intensity that you treat your connection to them? You would be unstoppable. And the best part is that you wouldn't be doing it to get them back. You'd be doing it for you. And because you're a twin flame, that expansion automatically pulls them toward you. It's an energetic law. You cannot grow without pulling the other half of your soul with you. It is impossible. So stop trying to fix the connection. Fix yourself. The connection is a self-cleaning engine. If you stop putting gunk in it, the gunk of doubt, the gunk of fear, the gunk of need, it will clear itself up. It will start working exactly the way it was designed to. You are the one who is keeping it stuck, but you are also the only one who can set it free. It's almost like a secret language, isn't it? The way you know when they're thinking about you, the way you feel their mood before they even speak. You have this incredible, ancient, powerful sense. But you've been using it to look for cracks. You've been using it to look for reasons to be afraid. What happens when you start using it to look for reasons to be confident? What happens when you start using it to feel your own worth? You become a beacon. And that, my friend, is a signal that never ever stops. It's a constant, steady stream of light that follows them through their day. It's there when they're waking up. It's there when they're in the middle of a busy street. It's there when they're trying to sleep. It's you showing up as your best, most powerful self, even when you aren't together. And that is the presence they will never, ever be able to walk away from. Because even if they leave, even if they run, they'll have that feeling with them. They'll carry a piece of your light everywhere they go. And eventually, the weight of that light will become more than they can ignore. It'll become the thing that draws them home. So don't be afraid of the silence. Don't be afraid of the distance. The distance is just an illusion of the physical world. The energetic world knows no distance. Your presence is everywhere they are, right now, in this very second. You are already there. You are already touching their soul. You are already influencing their thoughts. You just have to stop the interference. You have to stop the static. Just breathe into that. Breathe into the fact that you are connected by a thread that can never be broken. You don't need to pull on the thread. You just need to be aware that it's there. And when you live in that absolute, unshakable certainty, you are the most magnetic, the most powerful, and the most irresistible version of yourself. And that is the signal that changes everything. That is the signal that brings everything back to you. You are the source. You are the signal. And you are the awakening. So trust it. Lean into it. And for the love of everything you've been through, finally, truly, let go of the need to chase. You've done enough. You've felt enough. Now it's time to just be. Because you are the only sign you were ever looking for. You are the presence. You are the twin flame. And you are finally coming home to yourself. And when you do, everything else just falls into place. The realization isn't about them anymore. It's about you finally waking up to the reality that you were never separated in the first place. You are one soul, two bodies, and now that you've remembered that, the entire universe is going to conspire to bring you back into alignment. It's already happening. It's already here. You don't have to do anything else but exist in the truth of who you are. The signal is clear. The connection is open. And you, my friend, are exactly where you need to be.